Hey folks, what's up? Welcome back to another Poem Masters video, and tonight, very fast, right? Tonight we're getting Leon and Charizard to drop, also Marnie as well, right? But in this video we're gonna talk about Leon and Charizard, right? So Leon and Charizard, they're gonna be our first Master Scout sync pair. They did mention that the Master Scout rates probably won't be the same as your regular rates, right? And there are probably three options for that. Either it be lower, the same, or higher. Very unlikely it's going to be the same because they said it's going to be different. So it's either going to be lower or higher rates, right? Is there any sort of indication that it would be one or the other? No, there isn't really, right? It could be lower. It could be some other gacha games that they sort of have a new rarity and then they lower the rates, right? A lot of games do that, right? It's not uncommon, right? For example, in Dokkan, you got the LR banners, right? Which obviously have much lower rates than your usual ones, or it could be higher rates. Although I don't really see the justification for higher rates, but they could make it higher rates. Who knows, right? There just really isn't a reason because this thing is very good. This thing is very powerful. So, regardless of what the rates are, this is a sync pair that, in my opinion, will be very good once you get it, and would probably age very well, right? And we'll talk about why. So, just a quick rundown of this sync pair. I've already went through another, breakdown before when we first got Datamined information, right? You guys can check that out. But just a quick rundown of this unit, right? You got 3 different coverage moves: Hurricane, Earthquake, Inferno. You got both physical and special, right? You got, great offensive stats. Defenses are kind of bad. Solid HP, good speed, right? And then your trainer move decreases sync move countdown by 1, Traveler's attack, special attack, raises crit, and then get the free move thing, and then you lower your defenses, right? So a great glass cannon. And then on the passive, you have Piercing Gate, so your low accuracy moves like Inferno and Hurricane, they don't miss. And then you got MP Rekindle, so you get back this trainer move, which by the way only has 1 MP. 30% chance of getting 1 MP back. And then you have a Super Preparation 4, which has a 50% chance of applying the Super Effective next effect to your move when it's successful. That's the one that N has, right? That increases the Super Effective damage. So this is, again, a very powerful sync pair. And here's the biggest part of the kit: Galar Flag Bearer, which is the master passive, which powers up moves of all allied sync pairs by 10%, reduces attack damage taken by all allied sync pairs by 20%, and then these percentages increase according to the number of allied sync pairs with the Galar theme skill on your team. Each additional sync pair powers up moves by 10% and reduces damage by 30%. The maximum power up is 30%. The maximum damage reduction is 26%. So, like I mentioned before, I'm not sure if this counts Leon, because from the wording it doesn't seem like it counts Leon. It seems like you need 2 others to max this out and not just one other one to max it out. So here's why I think it's going to be a unit that ages relatively well, because with Gloria, Marnie, Piers, and Leon right now in the game, then we don't have too many Galarian sync. It's literally the lowest number because we've just started doing this, right? And if you look at any team comps between these 4, there really isn't a great team comp that you could build between these 4. Maybe you could run something like a dual striker with Leon and Gloria, right? Or maybe you could run Leon and Gloria. Piers could do something, maybe, right? But again, yeah, that's not a very reliable comp, right? At all, unfortunately. But yeah, that is maybe something. But now that we are, basically, there's really isn't anything holding them back from adding a ton more Galarian characters to the game. And I would assume that we would be getting a lot of Galarian characters going forwards, maybe even average maybe 1 a month, right? Because usually we get around average 4 characters a month, and we will we will be getting more Galarian characters. And the more Galarian characters we get, or the more variety that we get, the stronger Leon's going to be, right? Because again, we just don't have like that many great units pairing with him at the moment. But like in the future, if we get like a Galarian character that could say set Sun with MP refresh, that would be fantastic. And also one more thing, this thing doesn't Gmax yet. However, if you guys remember, they said they were going to be adding Gmax at the 2nd year anniversary, and Leon's Charizard is like 99%. 99% this thing's going to Gmax when the 2nd anniversary rolls around. Very, very high chance that this thing's gonna Gmax, right? But again, the Gmax, the mechanic's not ready yet. They will have to wait for like another 6 months or so. But when that comes, that could then give this Charizard like another boost, right? So, folks, like we just gotta, look at like the future in terms of how well this thing is going to be. Like it looks really good right now. It's going to get even better, right? He has the highest damaging move in the game, single hit, right, at the Inferno, right? At the moment, like the total damage output you do is not the highest in the game, right? I don't know how much Iris does, but Iris might be up there. But Mace still does more. That's assuming that we're not counting the 50% super effective up pass. We still have to like see how that like exactly works. But hopefully we'll know how it works once it comes out, right? But like it's still a very, very high damaging unit, and again, the great thing about it is like not only does it do great damage, it also helps your team out a lot, right? With Galar Flagbearer, like sure, like his defenses aren't the best, right? But like with that HP plus the damage reduction, like you're reducing, even if you're not having like other Galarian like teammates, you're still reducing damage taken by yourself by like 20%. So like, damn. And if you give that to like your tanks, your Xerneas's, your Blastoise's, your Comfys, your whatever Torterra, that's gonna be really, really powerful, right? Milotic, all that. This like it's fantastic. Like this does kind of remind me like a bit of again, Dokkan's the analogy that I go to every time because a lot of people play that game, so it's more widely known. So it's kind of like leader skills in Dokkan, kind of like reminds me of that sort of, right? Galar Flag Bearer, literally called Flag Bearer, right? So like it's like he's kind of like a Galarian category lead, right? In that sense. And again, both offenses, defenses, like that's just fantastic. And then among other things, we didn't even talk about its grid yet, right? It got a lot of great things on the grid as well. It got Scorching Sink 5, extra 50% chance, or extra 50% or damage when you sink when the opponent is burned, which by the way, Inferno has a 100% chance to burn, right? So that's really easy. Also, the 100% chance to burn, like that just increases your team's like physical defenses as well, because obviously burn decreases the opponent's physical damage. And then let's see, a healthy super hit, you got that as well when you enter the battle with max HP. That's gonna be a huge hit, right? Move gauge refresh 5 on Inferno, 6% chance to get a move gauge back when using Inferno. Fast track 2 to increase your speed, right? Rejuvenate 6, obviously. Burn Synergy 3. Like a lot of really, really, really great things. Sync Burst 1 if you just can't get your thing to go. But I mean, yeah, I'll just rely on this, I guess. But or rely on like another support. Like I honestly do feel like it's probably better like run another support with Charizard instead, right? Maybe Charizard Lyra. I probably do think that might be like a bit of a better combo, right? Or you could run like if you have like the other Charizard, right? You could run double Charizard and Lyra. That's gonna be so powerful, right? As long as Lyra survives long enough, right? And yeah, like, and the other thing, again, it does have like 3 different type coverages. So if you're like having struggle with or if you're struggling with finding a consistent ground type damage dealer, right, or flying type damage dealer, he could fit both of those roles. Obviously he doesn't have a ground type or a flying type sync move, but still the Hurricane Earthquake should do solid damage overall. So it's a great 3-in-1 sort of unit in terms of type coverage as well, right? Since there's no stab in this game, right? You don't have to worry about stab or whatever. So yeah, again, like I mentioned before, like a lot of really, really great positives with this sync pair. So I definitely would recommend folks trying to go for it. I mean, if the rate is like 0.1 or whatever, then but it shouldn't be that low, even if it is lower, right? But we'll see what it is, which I will be obviously summoning on this live when it drops. So tune in the live stream. That should be fun. Notifications that should get you there as soon as it starts. I mean, it's just gonna start whenever the reset happens. So there's that. But yeah, fantastic stuff, right? Definitely recommend. I mean, come on, like if you're not going for this guy, what are you saving your gems for, right? Unless obviously again, I do advocate for people to summon on their favorite characters first and foremost. But if you already have all your favorite characters, if you don't really care about any of the other ones, like this is a great one to go for, right? It's just such a it just raises the floor so much for your team. So yeah, anyways, that's been this one. I guess hope you guys enjoyed. Let me guys think in the comments down below. Like if you this video, subscribe, my outro. I don't even know. I screwed that up so bad. But yeah, watch videos, play the game, subscribe, and tune into the live stream tonight.